Hi all. So today we'll build a simple middleware to see how it works in .NET C Sharp. It's not going to be a long video, just to implement a simple middleware. So what is a middleware? First of all, it's a piece of software that is assembled into the code to handle the request and response. A typical middleware typically has to do certain things it will uh, it will have to pass the HTTP context to the next component in the pipeline, and it can perform certain things before and after it passes uh, to the next component in the pipeline, right? So it will look something like this. Let's say there's a request coming in into the first middleware. It will perform some logic and pass it to the next one. It can perform logic and pass it to the next one. It can perform logic and actually yeah, it will terminate and uh, move it to the previous one in the pipeline, and so on, so on. So, and one more thing is, yeah, I'll show you. We can also decide not to pass into the next piece of component in the pipeline. It's called terminating situation, terminating middleware. So to create a middleware, we can use three delegates, which is run, use, and map. And I'll show you how to create the simplest of the middleware. So all of these things that you see with that as a prefix of use, they are nothing but middlewares. Let's say if okay, let me just first run this one. Yeah, okay. And this is the basic project made uh, from the template. Yeah, it just works. Nothing really happens. App dot run thing context and return context dot response dot just say right async hello world, right, and actually, oh wait, so yeah, this is the basic piece of middleware. And if I just it above here, okay, and see what it does. Okay, see, previously we could see there was a swagger, but that's not called because run is a terminating piece of middleware. It does not pass it to the next component in the pipeline, which is why you will see it's always put it in the end. And let's create another middleware using app.use. Now this one takes what context and next delegate. Okay, so let's say we'll create, we'll check the date time, right? And we'll log this information, log this information, uh, mm, which will be nothing but date time dot now minus dot, right? And we'll convert this into total milliseconds. And before it does, before it logs, we have to see like we have to log it at the end, right? So it has to pass it to the next one in the chain, which will be, we'll use next dot invoke and we'll pass the context, HTTP context, right? And now we'll see. Okay, so let's try it out one more time. So you will see with every request, we can see how much time it took. First time it took 25 milliseconds, second time it took 5 because there is some caching involved, uh, and also cold start. So next time it took some less time. Okay, but typically you would not use or create a middleware like this. You will like to separate it out. So let's do that now. Okay, we'll create a new one in folder middleware, and we'll call it timing middleware. Okay, right. File scope. That's what I would like to prefer. Constructor. Now, the way it will work is we'll first pass our logger here. Okay, I logger timing middleware score. Oops, logger, and it will take our request delegate. Okay, and oops, sorry. Equals to logger. Next equals next. Now you'll have to like if you're using invoke. Now if you are creating a middleware, this is what you have to use. Okay, otherwise your middleware won't work. And this is the convention. Otherwise, it will not know which one to call next. Okay, and what we'll do now is just mm, copy this logic, remove this. Okay, and call next one in the pipeline and logger. Okay, and to use it, we'll just do app dot use middleware uh, timing middleware, right? And this should just work now. My bad. Uh, the way we called this function was wrong, which is you saw there was an error. You see again, right? So we can see the time taken, it just works. Now, ideally, this will work just fine in your projects. However, if you want to create something like this, all you have to now do is create an extension for it. We'll just create one class, and this will be static timing middleware extension. Oh my bad, like static class. And this function will return I application builder and scar use timing middleware, and this will be nothing but an extension. What? This will be nothing but an extension of I application builder, and it will return, yeah, precisely this. Let's see. Oh yeah, this should be static. Yeah, and so now you can just use it like this. You can just simply use timing middleware, and this will just work. Yeah, see. So this is how we create the basic middleware. I hope you like it. See you next time. Thank you.